Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. On this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Sorry guys, I'm kind of looking at that little bot over there in the distance. I don't want another one of those repeats of what happened last time, which is when I'm not quite paying attention. One of them comes over and spanks me? No, I kind of want to avoid that this time. So, yeah, that's I'm just trying to pay a little bit closer attention to it. But on this episode, we're going to be doing something a little different. I am going to be answering some of the viewer mail that we've been getting, some of the viewer suggestions and comments that you guys have been leaving below. Now, normally you'd be watching right now a different video. I actually shot a whole bunch of videos in the R&D, but I wanted to kind of come in here and break that up and shoot this one really quick, and just so I could touch base with some of you guys out there. Now, I don't always get to reply to your comments. I do read every single one of them, but you know, a lot of the time I read it while I'm at work, and I'm like, okay, I could reply to that when I get home. And you know, when I get home, I'm like, oh well, if I shoot some videos now, you guys would get some more. So yeah, it's usually a toss up between answering comments or shooting videos, and the shooting of the videos usually wins out. But on this one, we're going to be going over some of your viewer suggestions and viewer tips and comments, and just talking a little bit about some of the stuff you guys have been telling me lately. And one of them was by one of our viewers, Benjamin, who left a comment down below on something I didn't even see. And maybe some of you guys out there will be in the same boat. But what it ended up being is when we started this gameplay, this playthrough on the technical version, so that we can go into the brand new faction that they have, or corporation that they have. When you go into your little capsule to crash land on the planet, one of the things you might have missed, like I did, was that it actually gets struck by what looks like the Hawkeye faction, by like a, I don't know, stealth plane or jet or something along those lines. Now, I don't know exactly what they were going to do with that story. I don't know if the Hawkeye are going to be the bad guys in this game, or if it's going to be something along the line of, you know, it was an honest accident and you guys just happened to run into each other as you're crashing. But it doesn't look like his ship gets damaged at all. Now, I do warn you, though, if you go back and try to catch that on camera, on the video that we shot, it may take you a few times to do so, because it is within a second, it's gone. You know, so he has it marked down on that video. You can see exactly what the timestamp is. I think it was something like 56 or 57 seconds into the video. You'll see the thing coming down, and you may take a few times to pause it, because that's exactly what I had to do. I kind of rewind it, get ready for it, pause it just at the right time. And it's a blur. It's a blur of like a black, bird striking our bot and then causing it to veer into a different direction altogether. So that's kind of interesting. Again, I want to know where that storyline is going. And, you know, they really haven't integrated the story into the game as much as they could. That is something they've talked about doing. I've also been given suggestions that once they actually are integrated into the game more, you're going to be attacked from above, just like you are down here from below. So one of the tips is I need to make sure I have weapons pointing straight up. And I think that's going to be kind of cool, because the fact that we get fireworks, the firework launchers, I've been told they actually do a fair bit of damage if you put them on the front of your bot. I never actually considered firing them at another person. I thought they were just kind of there for looks, but apparently they do a fair bit of damage. So maybe those will actually start playing a role other than looks, but you know, they look freaking amazing. So if I have fireworks, which I wish they gave me more of, those are actually kind of a rare item to get, to be honest. But if you get a lot of those, you can definitely add them to your bot, and now they're going to be more of a defensive nature in case that actually happens. Enemies destroyed, mission complete. Okay, so we got another mission complete. Now, I am saving all of this stuff. It may seem a little ridiculous that we're going so far out. This, of course, will change as soon as we get back to the base and are able to sell. Ooh, sweet. We got one of those. Oh, no. No, you're attacking at the back where I don't have shields, you little butthead. Die, punk. Oh, he's actually getting a little healed up. Man, he wants to stay right there in my wheels because he knows my things can't quite hit him. There you are. You are dead, my friend. That is right. Oh, such a slow, horrible death for him, but it's all right. We don't really like that guy too much. So let's put this stuff on here. Another tip that we got was from the Fluorescent Ninja. And it said maybe private military company, which is that PMC. I was wondering what it actually meant. And a few of you out there actually agreed with them that that's probably what it stood for. Now, again, I'm not sure who that is. I'm not sure if that's going to be another corporation they're going to be throwing in down the road, or if that is just simply how the people that work for the different factions, the different corporations, such as the Geocore or the Venture, kind of see themselves as a military corporation, a military faction, as it were, rather than a, kind of a company-wide thing. And they kind of got me thinking, about more than just the different corporations, but the guys inside the cab. Like, what do you think they actually look like? Do you think they're, this guy in a suit? Do you think they're, in there with overalls? Are they like the working man, everyday type person? Or do you think they're more of like mercenaries in there? Because they never really show you, like it's just the cab, and maybe there's somebody inside, maybe it's computer operated, but I don't think it is. I think if you're playing the role of that character, like there's somebody inside, that you can superimpose whatever idea you want onto it. I'm just kind of curious as to the guys out there watching. What do you picture? Is it the same that I picture, or is it completely different? And chances are it's going to be different for each and every one of us. But I still find that question quite intriguing. Let me go ahead and put some of these things down. Now, it does take a little while to do this because I still do not have a wireless charger, so that does kind of suck a little bit, but we will eventually get one. Now, I do have the ability to buy one as soon as I find it. In fact, while that is charging up before it gets too late, you can see the sun is kind of going down. We'll come in here and we'll click on it, and it says an unknown block, discover it to purchase. So that's all we have to do is find this in the game somewhere, and we should be able to buy as many of them as we want. We don't really need a whole bunch of them. We just need a few. But that is definitely going to be a thing. We're going to be out of that until we find it. Now, this is one thing that I ended up doing for a little bit. This is one of the ways you can transfer energy back and forth, because as you put it onto the batteries, it drains them completely and evens out the energy from one battery to the next. So this one's completely filled. I put it on here. It empties them out because there's so many batteries on here that, there's no choice but to do that. It is a very, very painfully slow method, and in the end, you're never going to be able to get it fully charged, because the amount of time it takes you to take those off and put those back on is more time than it would take you to use the wireless charger, which is why they put them in the game. So yeah, they definitely have a place that I love, and I can't wait to get them again, because it is just so... Like, right now, if I had those wireless chargers, the one place I would be, rather than out here, I would be taking on that invader. I think we could actually do that. I think we would have the capability of taking him on more so than we do now. Like, he has the big megaton cannons on him, and to be honest, he may despawn by the time we get back out there, so we may not actually be able to take advantage of the fact that they gave us an invader with such good armament this early on, but I'm hoping he will still be there. Now, some of the other stuff I wanted to kind of point out is House Ghost said that the most making money ore is the Olite Jelly. Now, I've never really quite looked at which ones make the most. I thought it was these blue ones out here, because those are the ones that tend to make me a lot of money, because when you're out here at a higher level, or I should say a later corporation skill, you have the ability to get these things a lot more, because you are out here trying to get bigger and better pieces. And let me go ahead and sell some of this stuff before we get too far into that topic, because there are so many ways to make money in this game. It comes down to what you tend to prefer and the way you tend to want to play the game. For me, I really enjoy the combat aspect. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because it's incredibly enjoyable. But as far as the base building and things of that goes, I know I've kind of put those off at times, mainly for the fact that it was never quite done. And this thing is a beast to handle. It is way, way too wonky. Let me go ahead and sell. That did not take off the piece that I wanted. Okay, it's getting a little difficult to pull these things off because they're moving around. Now, if you ever get to that point where you need to, where you need to take something off and you keep pulling off the wrong piece because these things are switching around, what you can do is just simply remove one of these conveyor belts. And from now on, they have nowhere else to go, and you can just simply take the one off in the front, or better yet, take off the one in the back and slowly sell these pieces. Now, this is, again, not necessary, but I just kind of want to remove some of these things out of the way, because we do want the money. I have some stuff I want to buy to kind of upgrade this one, and I don't know if we're going to do it on this episode or if we're going to do it on the next one, and just kind of make the next one a half-building episode, because I do want to do some of this off-camera. There's there's some little tweaks, and I want to kind of sit here and think about it and get it right before we come in, and then I show you like the half finished product of it, finish it off with you guys watching, kind of talk about what I did and what I was gonna do and how I'm gonna finish it. But yeah, this thing is not gonna be this long. It's like a giant caterpillar. I guess we could try that. It's something that I've never gone with. I've never gone with a bot this far back, and this yeah, I just don't see it working. Like, you can see it, he already slips and slides when he goes over a hill, to the point of, will he even be able to operate in certain places? And I don't think he will. I think he's going to hit a wall when he goes up to the mountains and things of that sort, and it does make me want to try it, just because we've never done it. But just because we've never done it doesn't make it good, but yeah, we may give it a shot. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Let me know what you think. I guess I'll only shoot one video today, and then I'll let you guys tell me if you want to see this thing expanded more, how it is, or do you want to see, you know, a more thicker and bigger design like we went with last time. Let me see, how did I get these things down here? Oh, there they are right there. So there is an entire row down there that I just didn't get on. Well, I guess what we could do is keep going on up here, because as long as I have the blocks themselves, it doesn't really matter where I put them, because I can always take them off later. Plus, this gives me the ability to have weapons up here for the time being. Oh, yes, I got some stud lasers. How many did I get? Just 2? Well, that's all right. I don't really need all that many more than that. That's going to work out perfect. Now, weapons are something that, you know, I didn't always tend to pick up, and a lot of the time I regretted that. One of the things that weapons will do for you, other than the fact that you can blow away enemies, is they usually sell for a decent amount. And since they drop so often, if you get some recyclers and you can you know, take those things apart and get the base ingredients for it, you can go ahead and make whatever type of blocks you want down the road. So all these blocks, even the ones that you think are just completely and totally worthless, have a role in this game and will give you something in return for getting them. But it comes down to, do you want to hold on to them? Like, until I get that SCU, I don't have a choice. I have to have it on my bot, and that is, it takes a lot of space to pick up a lot of pieces and then, you know, shuttle them back to be sold. And that's why they came up with that little piece in the first place, so you wouldn't have to have all this like weird, you know, wheels going off the top of your bot, you know, because you want to design, say, a venture bot in the future, but you don't necessarily want to have all those pieces sitting on your map. Not to mention, while they're sitting there on your map, they're actually pretty vulnerable, and you'll have enemies who will see these pieces, you know, sitting over there next to your base, maybe mounted to the ground, maybe full of weapons, whatever the case is, and be like, you know, that's a pretty good target. And since he's not there, I can go ahead and destroy all that. And you'll come back to just this huge slaughter of blocks all over the ground, and you have lost, you know, 40, 50, 60% of all the items you had been, you know, gathering over the course of your entire game. It's pretty heartbreaking. And this guy is such a little punk. He knows exactly where to hit me, and he's pretty good with it. Let's back it up, back it up, back it up. Oh, yeah, baby. Come on, get him, get him, get him. No, he's actually doing damage to me a little bit more than I am to him. I am hitting a few of his things, and he's not even attacking, so we'll take that. Oh, you're down now, buddy boy. Yeah, you are. Woo, okay, let's see if we can kill him. Well, it's not just a matter of if we can kill him, it's just a matter of are we going to. Jeez, man. Okay, so this back piece is incredibly vulnerable, and I keep trying to make it where I have weapons pointing back, but as we keep adding more and more stuff, you'll see that gets harder and harder to do. Where's my other weapons? Okay, so yeah, I had plenty of weapons down here facing this way. Unfortunately, they're so far back, none of them are actually able to hit their target. Same thing on this side. So let's go ahead and put that. We'll move these weapons down, and now we can pick up the other ones. There's a weapon right here. Yep. Now, these weapons, as fantastic as it is to get them and, you know, convert them into stuff. Ooh, there's another weapon over there. Let's grab that. Are not very powerful, and a lot of them don't even track the enemy. And since they don't track the enemy, even if you have your entire side filled with weapons, you'll notice not very many of them are actually hitting the target. And the ones that do track the enemy, they a lot of the time will have a hard time tracking an enemy that moves really quickly. So, you know, they have their strengths and they have their weaknesses, and sometimes they have a lot of weaknesses for very, very little gain. But at this early stage, you don't really have a lot of choice. It's not like you can go with anything else. Finding those megaton cannons, like I said earlier, would have been a huge boon to our damage. I mean, that would have just been like anything we came across, dead. Dead within a matter of seconds. And you can see a lot of these are not chasing after the enemy. In fact, he's running away from me now. Is the sun out? Let me go ahead and put these things down now. Yes, the sun is out. Let me go ahead and grab a couple of batteries. We need to go ahead and charge this up. I do see him over there. I know he's going to attack me at any moment. Now, how many solar panels do you need to put down? Well, the more you put down, the faster they charge up. The faster they charge up, the faster I can keep switching these things back on and off, which will give me the chance to, like I said right here, show my shield and make sure that if he does attack, which can happen at any moment, that I am ready for it. And I don't think he's actually going to attack now. I think we've seen through his little guise of trying to pull us further into that second enemy with no shields on and just being completely annihilated. That's the other downside to going with a bot this skinny, is the inside of your bot, which is always the most vulnerable part of your bot, at least with mine. I try to put all the weak pieces, the batteries, the boosters, your cab, any of that stuff you definitely want to make sure is absolutely safe, is in the center of my bot, where all my defenses are on the outside of my bot. I don't really know how else you would do it. If you put your batteries on the outside of your bot, I guess it could be done, but you just die. I mean, you just take like one shot, and that would be the end of your career right there. So, yeah, not exactly a viable option, but if you have a bot this thin, the inside of your bot is exposed, and it's gonna be exposed for pretty much the entire length of your game. So yeah, not my ideal design, but at the same time, you gotta try new ideas out, see if they stick, see if they work, because you never know. I've tried ideas out that I was just absolutely sure were going to suck, and sometimes they do. And sometimes you're just like, I love that. I want to do that again. And a lot of you have said that you've kind of fallen in love with planes. You know, that you tried the hover pads and they weren't for you, and you tried this and that one wasn't quite as good as you thought it was going to be. And then you tried airplanes, and now with the new faction, that's going to be something we're really going to get to explore a lot more, because that seems to be all they are. I mean, there's not a whole lot of doubt that the new faction is going to be air warfare, and that's new. That is, I don't know, I can't even think of how that's going to happen when I am controlling it. Like, I think I'm going to have to get really, really good at airplanes. Otherwise, I'm just going to be left way behind. Although, I have to say, the new planes that I've messed with inside the R&D with the new faction have been so much easier to control than the old ones. So maybe there is like new controls to it, or maybe they just refined the controls to it. Again, it could just be the fact that I've gotten a little bit better. I won't say that I've gotten good at them, because that would be a far, far bigger stretch than I could probably pull off in my gameplay. But yeah, I don't get it. Like, I've played flying games before, and I'm pretty decent at them. But this one, yeah, I've just, it never really quite clicked with me. But like I said, lately, it hasn't been too bad. So I think we'll definitely be exploring that, hopefully pretty efficiently. Is that not, this just won't click on there, right, will it? Huh, why won't it go down to the bottom? Am I not putting that on right? No, it just doesn't, yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh, geez. Okay, can I put it over here on this side? Maybe it's just not high enough up? Come on, guys. How about over here? There you go. Still, it could go down one more. There you go. And that gives me a little bit of room. Let's pick up these weapons. A lot of these weapons are going to have to go when we finally do expand our bot. Because, I'm putting all these blocks all the way around the outside. I don't think they're all going to get to stay there, unless we have enough money to buy brand new GSO blocks. Some of these are going to have to be used down there for the wheels to expand this. Jeez, this thing is so freaking long. And then we got three more smoke clouds over there of crashed ships. Look at this, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. What you really need is a wheel in the very, very back on the, just to kind of push it up. And I think you could get that. I think that's one of the wheels we've seen in the Hawkeye faction. Now, we won't get the Hawkeye faction into, I believe, the GSO grade 4 is when that actually starts putting into the game. So a little bit ways off. You can see we're in grade 2, about halfway through. Actually looks exactly about halfway through. And we're almost to GSO or Geocore grade 2, which we should keep getting here if we continue to do the little missions. Am I stuck? No, not yet. There we go. Why is he still in build mode? I don't know. He's doing something weird. And we may actually stop picking up all those pieces. I don't know if we're going to have enough space for them all. Come on. There we go. Oh, you know what? This actually turns pretty well. It just doesn't go up things very well because of the weird wonky design for it. Come on, die already. Don't destroy everything you got on you. Okay, let's pick up these. We'll pick up the wheels because we definitely want those. Can I grab those? No, I'll have to pick up that other wheel in a minute. So let's keep going back. Oh my god, I have no idea how far back we're going to go. But as ridiculous as this sounds, it's kind of growing up. It's just because it's so crazy. Come on, let me put that on right. It's weird how it goes on right on one side, and then the other side is just like, nope, we're not going to let you have it. We're just going to make it as difficult as possible. There we go. Let's move that down one. All right, we can move up a little bit, and we can pick up some of this armor if we got places to put it. Maybe over here. Yeah, that looks good. And we'll go up this side as well. Now, the armor, I'm not really sure what the going price is on that one. Again, I need to pay attention to the prices a little bit more, but they change them all the time. The prices in this game for buying and selling have seen all sorts of reiterations. Come on, get that in there. You know you want to. Oh, jeez. You guys are just trolling. Did I go past it? No, I didn't. There we go. Oh, God. I need to go back like in reverse next time I put that thing on there. Can we put this? Oh, yes. That's where we can put some of these things. We can put them on the inside. Oh, we got another piece of armor there. Let's go ahead and throw that on there. What do we got over here on the side? Come on, back it up, back it up. I do realize these ones in the back are not exactly participating most of the time because they are a little bit off, you know, in the center, and they actually seem to be a little bit higher. I do kind of wish they would add in there a junction, which would allow your bot to be a little bit more flexible. Like right now, it sticks out because the bottom back of it is touching and the front half of it is not. However, if you could have it where as long as the wheels were allowed to keep touching the ground, the inside would kind of bend or right at the pivot point and allow you to have more of a centipede action rather than, this long, unbent, still frame type thing. I don't know if they're ever going to add anything like that. I don't know if that's the direction they want to go, but I think it would be a really, really cool kind of idea to throw in there because it would open up the whole design of what bots you can do and which ones you couldn't in a way that would kind of make it a little bit more fluid. Like a big bot like this would at first look like a centipede, but if you got rid of a lot of the wheels and you hid maybe some of the wheels and changed the color, you could easily make it look like a snake, and then you could start making all these weird, animal-based shapes and imitating designs you've seen in the real world. In fact, the one design that I think of most when I think of that idea is not an animal, but like a truck with a hitch on the back of it, which would allow me to go over hills with the part kind of bending there, so that you could have these giant bots following you, and then maybe even remove that hitch and break it off for a minute and have that as like your base piece, maybe even your harvesting piece that you leave outside of combat, and then you enter combat whenever you take that off for a second, go in there, destroy the enemy, come back, hit yourself back up to that bot, and rinse and repeat again and again until you're happy with what you're getting and the way it's working, and maybe even have it as a bot that is AI so that it can do what you need it to do all by itself, but most of the time it's just connected to you, so you don't have to worry about it going off and doing something weird that you didn't want it to do. You can take care of that by simply attaching it to you anytime you feel like it and then detaching it. So it's kind of an interesting idea for me. I don't know if any of you guys out there think that would be something you'd actually want to play around with. If you do, let me know, because I think it could be fun. Again, I don't have any control over what they throw in the game. I'm just kind of spitballing ideas, as I'm sure all of you out there are doing the same. Oh man, hothead out there. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna destroy that base a little bit too, I think, because he's stuck inside of it. Can we get you? Oh, come on. We're destroying a few pieces here and there. Let's go ahead and pick these pieces up. Oh, he's still attacking. Can we get over there? We're kind of stuck on the base, I think. Oh, geez. Come on, go in the build mode. Can I attack? Yes, we can. Okay, well, he's going to attack us, apparently. And then I'm going to click off of the screen so I can't attack him back. There we go. You are dead, my friend. Right? You're dead? Come on, blow up. Oh, such a delayed reaction. Okay, so what did we get? I think we got a fabricator, so let's go ahead and pick that up. Did we get anything else? Anything that we could use right now? Doesn't seem like it. We got another battery, which is always good. We got some more bubbles, so let's throw that there in the back. Let's put the battery up here. We're going to go ahead and snag all of these items for now. As you guys have seen, we could definitely use all the conveyor belts that we get, at especially if it goes as far back as I'm thinking it's going to go. Having more conveyor belts, it's going to be a necessity. Unfortunately, we still don't have a freaking delivery cannon. Like, we're missing out on some of the most crucial pieces of our game. And I think it's because we haven't really concentrated on doing the missions as much as we should. We kind of been concentrating on just exploring and seeing what we run into. And a lot of that is because I don't do that too often. You know, like I get kind of bogged down with, oh, I want to find this piece, I want to find that piece, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I forget to just go off and explore the game and have a good time in that aspect because I am such a rush to achieve that giant base bot or, you know, build that, you know, venture bot that's incredibly fast and, you know, agile that I've been thinking about for a while, but haven't really gotten the chance to mess around with them. And all of those are fun. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's a different style. You get to do different things in those than you normally get to do anywhere else. And yeah, maybe not what I want to do this time around. I kind of want to take my time, enjoy it, because it is a technical build still, which means most people who don't download this version will not have the experience of playing the new faction for quite some time. So we kind of get to run around in a game within a game of a beta within a beta almost, because it is still being developed, and we're actually, you know, kind of helping them develop it by just playing the game and letting them know if we find any bugs. Remember though, guys, if you are part of a beta or part of a early access game and you find something wrong with it, it is not an insult to let them know, unless of course you're just being insulting about the fact that something's broken. Letting them know is how they will fix it in a lot of situations. You know, they have a department obviously that would go through and test out the game. They got game testers and all of that, but they can only do so much so quickly. And if you find a problem, letting them know will allow them to fix that problem so much faster. So remember to do that. Remember to go in there and let them know what you think of things. If you don't like something that they're doing, letting them know doesn't necessarily mean they're going to take it out. They have a vision of where they want to go with the game, but letting them know that you don't like it, if they get enough feedback from it, and this game company obviously cares about what people think, the people who are playing their game, and they take your considerations into effect, they will look at that and be like, well, maybe we should go off in a different direction. You know, like we had an idea. Our idea is not really playing out as well as we thought it would, or maybe just, you know, we're not kind of completely sold on the idea that we originally had. We are open to changing that, and these people seem to have a really good idea on how to do that while maintaining the, you know, the essence of what we were trying to do. And that, you know, that's one of the sure signs of a good game company, is that they listen to their viewers and listen to their players rather than just kind of you know, telling them the way it's always going to be. Now, I do, you know, very much agree that a game company does need a vision and an idea of where they want that game to go, and they shouldn't kind of you know, change that or bend all the time to what other people want. But there is a give and take in that relationship, and I think this game company does a fantastic job with that. And if you go to the forums, you'll see it. You'll see them touching base with all of you guys who have left comments, letting you know of little things that might be coming down the pipe before anybody else kind of finds out about them. And yeah, it's a really good feeling community that they have built around their game, and I'm glad to be a part of it, guys, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far as well. But I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. On the next episode, we are either going to be building a wider bot like we have done in the past, so that we can do more of a base function. Right now, it is kind of difficult to do that just based off of the sheer smallness of the inside. Not a whole lot of room to mess around in there. Or we're going to continue this build going further and further back. It's going to be completely up to you. I'm going to let you guys decide, and I won't record another episode of this until you guys let me know. I do have already a few more episodes, I should say like 5 or 6 other episodes that are in the R&D department. I can throw those anywhere in during the playlist, so that's not really going to be a big deal, but they're there. And I did make some helicopters, I did make some tanks, I even made a motorbike, and one person, what did they want me to make? Oh man, I can't remember. It was something interesting, like a turtle or something like that. I went ahead and made that too. It didn't take very long, which is why I can't remember what it was, but it was cool. I liked it. But it's so weird of a design. I think you guys will get a kick out of it as well. But as always, guys, I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future, so if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.